welcome to the next episode of Hexastore's podcast on disaster recovery and business continuity for hospitality. Today's date is January 7th, 2021, and today's topic is how to get started, choosing a local appliance size. That's a common question many of our new customers ask. My name is Dasha, and I'm joining from St. Petersburg, Russia. And with me is Richard USA. Richard is a data expert and manages new customer installations at Hexastore.
Hi, everyone.
Our topic today is really how to get started with our service. We've been working closely with data for years and have deployed hundreds of systems around the world. So we're hoping that some of that knowledge and experience can be shared. The factors to take into account are really to do an analysis of the current environment and then consider growth. It's common for MSPs to do a detailed analysis of the customer's environment, but we are pretty comfortable in sizing just based on the years of experience. We've worked with hundreds of hotels and we've seen common trends and rules of thumb. There are two basic metrics that MSP use to measure and bill for services. That can either be number of computers or a count of the total storage space required to back up the data. In case of data, the metric is the total amount of disk space and needed to hold the backup images. Our customers usually have about 15 servers being backed up to the data, and we tend to set the local retention to only be a week. We set the retention short on the local backups, but keep the cloud copies for longer periods of times. This allows us to size the device to match the actual usage if we can get an accurate analysis at the beginning. So, Richard, can you please describe how a new customer should consider how to get started?
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Dasha. Data suggests that you take all of the data that you wish to protect and back up and then double the size to allow for future growth. This is important because you're buying a machine that's not easily upgraded. This is also when you consider building your own system. You can plan larger upgrades over the lifespan of the device. We have noticed a couple of trends with our clients, both domestic and international. For starters, the average size of the amount of protected data at a luxury resort is about 6.8 terabytes onto a machine with the storage size of 10 terabytes. The POS, PMS, and application servers make up about 75% of the storage, with file and print making up the other 25%. From data is to take the current amount of data that you have now and double it. That would be placing these customers on a 10 plus terabyte device. We're able to reduce the amount of disk space used at the property by managing the retention policies. So I say that operationally, we're more inclined to run the datas at higher utilization to get the best pricing for our customers. There is a balance to be considered with upgrades that will eventually be needed.
And what happens when the server reaches maximum capacity?
The worst would be having either downtime for the servers not getting backed up or even missed backups altogether.
Okay, well, you explained what the typical scenario is that we work with according to size, but what do you mean that this can cause an issue down the line for our clients?
It honestly depends on the route the clients choose to go with, buying from data or using their own equipment. If you buy a machine from data, you may have a few perks as well as some drawbacks. While you have a warranty for several years, it does not cover increased space for your machine, meaning that as your business grows, if you were to reach capacity, you have a choice of either deleting data or buying a new machine. While making that change to a new machine, your backups are read-only, and if something were to fail, that means you will have more downtime. Buying a new machine also requires time and money.
Mm-hmm.
Utilizing your own equipment allows users to have more flexibility in being able to increase the amount of space available and allows you to swap out a bad hard drive for a new one. The drawback is you would have to maintain and work on your own equipment. The work needed to maintain the machine should be taken into consideration when selecting your new server.
That is a lot to consider and something that our knowledgeable and experienced staff choose what is right for you and your business. Like we've done for 138 other sites that we manage and work around the globe. But we also do other types of backups, don't we?
Yes, we don't put all of our eggs in one basket, so to speak. We have the local backups that you have on your server inside
Mm.
of a hotel that can be used for a bare metal restoration. This is in the event that the current image stops running and the server can create a working image over the corrupted image. We also work with SolarWinds to run redundant copies in the event that both systems fail.
Okay, Richard, you mentioned SolarWinds. Can you tell us something about this company?
SolarWinds is another company that we use to take backups of customer data. This is mostly used as a secondary backup system to protect assets in the event of system failure.
Mm-hmm. And Richard, what kind of suggestions can you give?
Well, that brings us to what we think the future of these companies should consider to better fit the needs of the wants in a constantly changing environment. We should look more to cloud-based node systems. With this system, when you go over your data limits on a device, your plan will be expanded as you need it. As an example, you would have a standard rate for your 10 terabyte plan if you were to go over a 10 terabyte plan. Then we are not talking about read-only backups or deleting data sooner than wanted. Think of it as a cell phone plan in the US. You pay for what you think you will need, and if something happens, then you need more, you are moved up to the next level in plan. There's no need to expand the hardware, just allocate more cloud space.
Yeah, it may help the client to control spending. And is there something that you think we should do or look forward to in the future when it comes to backups?
I think it's going to be inevitable. We always have to work through what is best for the client. We're living in a time of instant gratification and changes. You wouldn't want to wait for something if there is a way for you to have it exactly when you need it. So the nature of these providers will have to become more fluid in order to keep up with clients' wants and needs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Richard. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Great discussion. I believe we covered many points that are connected with the client's machine sizing. Please joining us next time as we try to bring you information about cybersecurity. Please go to hexastar.com for more information, and you can also subscribe to our Twitter account. Saying goodbye and wishing you stay protected.